Hi friends, it's Chrissy. Welcome to or back to my channel. I hope you don't find my title to be clickbaity because yes, I'm selling a lot of my decks, but it feels very disingenuous and very creepy and almost predatory for me to just say, this is what I'm doing and this is how. If you know me at all, you know that I want to be understood and I want to share my why with you. So over the next month, maybe few months, I am planning on moving 95% of the decks in my collections onto homes that will love them and use them because I just love them and I'm not using them. And it feels, after watching Lisa Pepez's video recently about, finding dupes for out of print decks or for high price decks, I started having feelings about decks that I have that aren't being used and aren't being loved, and how to get their energy into hands that will. But again, that I want to tell you how I got to this point. So the last year has been interesting for me. I stepped away from a lot of things. I stepped away from my Reiki practice. I stepped away from talking about and selling my Reiki practices. I stepped away from YouTube regularly. I stepped away for a long time of doing any social media regularly. And I've started building back in the pieces that I love. I'm really bringing back the parts that are for my heart and not the parts that are for show, if that makes any sense. During this time, I've gone pretty deep into my professional job. I've done a lot of studying with how to bring body-based practices into therapy. I'm getting ready to go into a training program to look at how to bring Reiki and other energy work into the therapeutic setting. And I'm honestly looking at maybe a PhD program. So there's a lot of integration in the various sides of myself that feels very valid and feels very affirming. So a lot of my energy has been going into not learning and doing and collecting new things, but instead, how do I put the pieces that I already have together in a way that feels good? And how do I free myself of the things that that don't really feel as valid anymore? And I realize as I say that, that makes it sound like tarot was not one of those things. And that is not true. I still draw almost every single day. My practice looks very different, but I'm still very much involved in 3 decks primarily, and then 2 that I have off to the side that I didn't even bring them upstairs. They're downstairs in the kitchen. And you can probably guess what at least 3 of those, 4 of those are probably, there's only going to be one outlier. But I'll get to tarot in a second. I want to tell you about Herschel. So some of you may know my beloved, cranky tabby cat, or tortie cat Herschel, was diagnosed with lymphoma in January. We were told probably 4 to 6 weeks to have her around. And here we are at the end of July and girl is still kicking. And she seems to be the healthiest and the happiest she's been in since we got the diagnosis. So I keep telling Nathan that one day I'm going to go to wake her and she's just not going to wake up and we're all going to be surprised by it, even her. But that's where we are. So little Miss Mersh, Mambo Jambo, Tootus Magootus, she's doing great. And Albus, the 30-pound sloth, that also, the feline sloth that inhabits our house, he's still just fat and sassy and happy as ever. They both love being outside. And these are things that you would know if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram. I'm trying to be better at posting on my new YouTube channel. I'm using the handle with our own true hands to really start to make my Reiki practice the center of what I share. So I share a 60-second day in the life vlog post every day on TikTok and Instagram. The link will be below. Trying really hard to remember to do every day, to put it on YouTube every day, but it just takes forever. And I have like 10 minutes social media blocks on my phone morning and evening. And if I don't get to it in that 10 minutes, I can forget to come back and do it. But my plan is also for Vlogust next month to do a daily YouTube longer form vlog on my new channel in the month of August. So that is coming over there as well. Just to they'll be very similar to the vlogs I've posted here recently-ish. But I really want to build a channel that is not connected to my first and last name. So if you know it, that's cool. But I'm moving in that direction over there. So I'll start first with the decks that I am currently using. There are 3 that I carry in my little Herschel bag that moves around the house with me, and my happy hippo is in there. I just pulled him out already. The other non-deck thing that is in that bag is my, I don't want to call it my scripting journal, I guess, and my daily tending list. Travel in this old Himalayan salt Foxy Fix that I love with all of my heart. And also in here is my Kaweco pen that Nathan got me for our 20th anniversary last year. We just celebrated 21, and I have just a ballpoint tip in this. So this lives in my tarot bag, along with the 3 decks that I'm working with now. And these have been the decks I've been working with for the last at least 3 months. No surprise, first is my deck, the Narrative Alchemy Tarot. It is currently available. That one's abandoned, was upside down. It's currently available on Make Playing Cards, but I am considering pulling it off and doing another print run with an updated guidebook. Just yeah, that is on my 2025 plan of things to do. I just wanted to let you know. Don't be surprised, and I'll give you warning. The other deck that will be of no surprise is Rider Waite, of course. I am totally smitten with the 1909. The colors are obnoxious, and I love it very much. The whole pea green sort of teal color. Oh my gosh, I love the coloring of the Hermit. Maybe I'll get a wild hair and edge it. I'd love to edge it in this in like the tealy pea green color, but it hasn't happened yet. And then the newest deck in my collection that I have really bonded with as I put these up so I don't get decks all over the place, because I'm already leaning that direction, is a Dharma Tarot. I love this deck. The deck itself is from Make Playing Cards. I bought the book from Amazon. I love having the familiar tarot structure with spiritual stories that I don't know. It's just such a lovely way for me to be both, to have both a sense of this is incredibly familiar and I know nothing about it. Yeah, it's too big for me to show you in this way, so we'll just do this. I really love this deck. Michelle Sellers did an amazing job. I can't put my finger on why, but it reminds me, it has a similar tone to Guided Hands, which I miss a lot, and which may come back out. So yeah, the 3 decks that I carry around the house that are in my daily, mostly daily practice. Narrative Alchemy Tarot, which is mine, 1909 Rider-Waite, and the Dharma Tarot. The guidebook, by the way, full color card, and then about a page and a half usually. This one's a full too, of stories and things to know. Also still in active rotation for me, Gardens and Goblins and Tarot of the Drowning World. So they also, what's going on in here? I was in the chapstick section. So they're also still in rotation. Not heavy rotation, but rotation. Other than that, I do not think I have touched a single deck other than those 5 in maybe even this calendar year. I played around with bringing Be With Your Body. I think that's the name of it. I played with bringing that in my yoga practice for a bit, and it ended up not resonating, so it's in the closet. But so here we are at 11:37. I'm gonna write that down so I remember to put it in the box in the bottom, talking about how I'm gonna be selling my decks. I'm going to be selling them through my website just because that is easiest for me to always be able to keep track of, like, who was first. Like, when it's gone, it's gone. My plan is to put the to open the site at 8 o'clock on Friday morning with the decks I have for sale that week, and then closing it at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. And anything that was purchased within that week will go out in the mail on Friday. Friday is a work from home day for me. It's the only day that I can guarantee that I will get to the post office. So that's how it will work. That has never happened before. My phone overheated and turned off. Anyway, as I was saying, I will be shipping to US and Canada. Otherwise, it just gets too complicated. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Go at priority mail. I think shipping is $10.40 for priority. It's around $20 for Canada. And if there's any, if you're Canadian, we'll talk by email before I mail things out. But that's primarily my plan. So go up 8 o'clock Eastern Friday morning, close 8 o'clock p.m. Thursday evening. So up Friday morning, close Thursday evening, pack and ship on Thursday and Friday morning the newer listing would populate. I wanted to have like everything out at once, but that's just doesn't fit into my schedule. So my plan is to make a little video telling you about what's coming out, linking you to my webpage. And anything that I have made a bag for or a wrap for that I'm not keeping will be included. I'm not looking to make any money other than one deck that I bought from the creator that I know is in high demand, not high demand, but is out of print. People look for it. Other than, I'll go ahead and tell you, it is the, whoa, it just left my brain. I promise I'm not being vague. It just left my brain, so I'm going to keep talking and come back. I do have, in the next few weeks, I know that I am so far out of the tarot world. I want to say Bountiful Earth, Majestic Earth. It'll be for sale in the next few weeks. I was looking to recoup what I paid for it, and it's a really cool story. I bought it from Don Michelle, so I think it's a nice little lineage of the deck itself. I keep wanting to say the Cajun Tarot, and that's not it. Mesquite. Ooh, I do have a copy of the Mesquite Tarot, which I think I paid the $45 for when it was in print, and I will be selling it for more than that. But other than that, any deck that I sell will be less than what I pay for it. One, I'm not looking to make any money. And two, I just want them in your hands. So a few examples that I have sitting here that I was going to record a video from before when I decided to talk to you this way. I do have 3 on my desk that I know will be in the first round, and these are just decks. These are actually the 3 most recent decks that I've purchased that I just haven't resonated with. So the first is actually, I just received this in the mail last week, the Haptic Tarot. I wanted to love this. I was hoping that since it hasn't even been shuffled, it's still in order, that since it is all about hands, that it would have a Reiki sort of feel for me. And that's just not, it feels really formal to me, and that's not what I was looking for. So I know for sure that the Haptic Tarot will be in the first round of decks that I sell. The next is Remembering the Sweet Fool. I wanted to love this deck. I bought this deck it hasn't been shuffled either. I bought this deck in January. I am deathly afraid of birds, like so afraid of birds. And I really wanted this deck to be the deck that I used in 2024 to confront my fears in general. That if I can work with a deck that has birds in it, then that's just a sign for conquering my fears in general. Look at this. Look at this world card. However, it didn't land for me. I really, really wanted it to. I sometimes don't have the greatest brain power around when the names of suits are changed, and points are swords, and sticks are wands, and my brain just couldn't wrap my way around it. This deck is so beautiful, and it's dark, and it's a little creepy, and I want to love it, but I just don't. So this will be in the first grouping that goes up for sale on Friday. And then the other one that just happens to be on my desk is the Art of Adventure Tarot. When this was I have shuffled this one. This was totally a FOMO purchase. At the time, I think it was one of those things where there are X amount of decks left, and I thought, oh, this could be fun. And it just hasn't resonated for me as much as I wanted it to. And even though I love how much this 9 of Cups looks like my husband. Isn't that just the cutest thing? But yeah, it has literally sat in my closet since it came in the mail. So yeah, it's it'll be up for whatever you want if you would like it. My plan is to put around 10 up for purchase each week, and those may rotate. So I'm still working through some of this in my head, but there'll be another video that goes up on Friday morning with the decks that I'm selling that week. I'm going to count them and put them in order and make sure they're there and clear them for you energetically. But yeah, that's my plan. Selling most of my collection, 10 to 12 decks at a time. And those videos will be posted here. Yeah. If you want to keep up with me in all of the ways, minimal tarot. I mean, I'm sure there'll still be some because it's in my blood and it's what I do. But a lot of Reiki, a lot of just everyday root chakra, Queen of Pentacles work, like being present in my home, seeing the sacredness in every day, romanticizing my chores, all of those things. If you're interested in seeing me with your own true hands on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it was so lovely to be back and chatting with you in this way today. And I hope to see you Friday. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll see you then. Bye, friends.